Hello there, thank you for joining me once again. In this tutorial I'm going to tie up another dry fly. This one is another variant of dry fly. It's just called the cream variant. A while back I did the badger variant, and this is just another one in the series. Very simple dry fly to tie, but they're very effective. They catch fish. But before I get started, I want to mention that I reached 300 subscribers today, and what I want to do is thank each and every one of you who have subscribed to my channel, and I hope that you continue watching and that you tie some of these flies up and catch fish on them. And I just want to tell you how much I appreciate it, and thank you very much. And if you're a new viewer and if you like this video, go ahead and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also throw a like in too if you wish. So now, after I got that out of the way, I'll get this guide device for you and we'll get started here. Okay, the hook I'm using is a Mustad 94840 standard dry on a size 14. We'll get him locked down in the vise here. And for thread I'm using Danville Danville Flymaster wax thread in a yellow. This pattern calls for yellow. It's a 6/0 thread, not a 3/0. And we'll get a thread base going here in a second. Okay. Now I'm going to start that about a quarter way down from the eye, and we're going to wrap back towards the barb like always here. I'll snip off that tag end. Okay, and we'll continue back a little farther, then wrap back forward a couple wraps. Okay, now the tail is just some cream colored dry fly hackle barbels. So I got some here off a larger hackle. I'm going to peel some off of the tail, and you keep the tail fairly sparse on these, not too heavy a tail. So I'm going to tie that in here. I want it about the length of the hook, the shank here, so we'll get that on top. Pinch that on in place there. Okay, and we'll wrap back onto that. Just hold up on it as you wrap back. That'll keep it right on top of the shank, just like so. Then we're going to wrap that forward, wrap on those butt ends, and now I'll trim those off to about where I want the body to end when I wrap it here. So we'll trim those off and wrap those down just like so. Alrighty, now for the body on this guy, I have a cream colored quill hackle stem, and what I did was strip all the barbels off it. And the trick to use wrapping these quill bodies and to keep them from splitting or breaking on you is to take your quill after you strip the barbels off and soak them for at least 2 hours. I've soaked these ones for about 3 hours, and it makes them much more pliable, and they tend not to break or crack on you like you would if you just wrapped it without soaking it in water. So I'll tie this guy in here, catch him underneath. We'll wrap back to just in front of the tail here, and wrap that all down forward, touching wraps to cover that stem all up good. And we'll come forward on that, and we'll stop right there. Okay, now I'll just come up around, make my first wrap right in front of the tail here, and you want to try to keep each wrap right in front of the next. If you get a little space in between the wraps, it's not going to be the end of the world or anything. Okay, so just keep wrapping forward. Okay, I want to back that off because I didn't start that wrap right where I should have started, so just bear with me. Just got to go back a little bit farther than what I did. There we go. No worries. Okay. Yeah, I just like to turn the vise sometimes. I find it easier for me to wrap this way. Just turn the vise on its side until I get past that hook point. Okay, and I'll turn it back up around. Then we'll just keep wrapping forward here till I get to my tie-off point, just about there. Okay, looks like about one more wrap. Alright, now come underneath, catch that, tie it off, and we're going to wrap forward on it. I'll catch that in, tie it down underneath the hook, then wrap back. Okay, now I'll come in nice and close here, snip that into that stem off. Okay, now before tying the hackle to wrap, I'm going to take a little bit of Solar Res bone dry, And this will make this fly much more durable and last a lot longer. Just going to put a little light coat over that quill body. Just a little light coat over the whole thing. Okay, just like so here. Alrighty. That's good. Now, just come in real quick with the light here and cure it up. Okay, and that'll make that a lot more solid that way. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Okay, now the last thing is our hackle to tie in. And for these variants, you always gauge your hackle one size bigger than what you're tying. So this is a 14 hook, so I got a size 12 hackle here. And I'm going to tie that in right on top here, and with the dull side facing rearward. And then I'm just going to wrap that stem on top right towards the eye. And I'll snug that down. Snip the tag end off. A couple more securing wraps there. Okay, now we're ready to wrap our hackle, so I'll bring that down around here. And we'll get that first wrap out of the way. And we'll start going with one wrap right in front of the next. Just like so. Alright, now I'm just going to grab my hackle pliers. And we'll just proceed to wrap that forward. Just like so. Okay, I think I'll go for one more wrap. Just bring it up around. You don't tie them too heavy a hackle on these, fairly sparse. And I'm going to get a couple wraps behind that. Just like so. And we'll tie it down with a couple in front. Just so that's in there nice and secure. And I'll come in with the point of my scissors and snip that tip out of there. Okay. Alrighty. So there's another size 14 cream variant. Now what I'll do is bring in my half hitch tool here. And before I do whip finish, I'm going to make a couple half hitches. Just like so here. Okay, there's one. And I'll do one more. Snug that down. And if you get a few fibers that are not quite right, you can snip them out. I got one there, I'm just going to snip him out there. Okay. Alrighty, so now all it's left to do, bring in my whip finisher and make a 3 to 4 turn whip finish. Okay. Alrighty. Get one more turn on this guy. Snug that in. Pull down nice and tight. Come in, snip off the tag end. Just like so. Alrighty, it looks pretty good right there. That's a done deal. Okay, so one more little step. I'm just going to bring in a little bit of hit cement here. Put one little drop on the head of the fly. There we go. Okay. Like I was saying, a very simple dry fly to tie. These variant flies are easy to tie, but they do catch fish. So, like I always say, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial this time around. And if you have the materials, give this guy a tie and add him to your box as well. And like I was saying before, I want to thank everybody once again for helping me reach 300 subscribers. Appreciate that a great deal. And I hope you continue to watch. So until next time, happy tying everyone. I shall see you again soon. And so long for now, folks.